Today we're turning our attention to a major moment in Princess Catherine's public life, her appearance at the Future Workforce Summit, organized through the Royal Foundation's Business Task Force for Early Childhood and hosted at Salesforce in the City of London. This wasn't simply another engagement on the royal calendar. This was a strategic, substantive, and bold step into one of Catherine's most defining missions, giving every child the strongest possible start in life, not just emotionally, but societally, economically, and generationally. Let's explore what happened, why it occurred now, and what it means for the future of children, families, and leadership in Britain. To understand the significance of today's summit, we need to understand the broader initiative behind it. Princess Catherine's work in early childhood has never been a short-term project. It's a long-view, evidence-based, and interdisciplinary approach shaped by neuroscience, behavioral development, mental health research, and economic impact studies. The Business Task Force for Early Childhood, formed with leading companies across the UK, is part of her belief that supporting children starts long before school and far beyond the walls of hospitals or homes. It begins in the environments adults create. The purpose of today's event? To encourage major business leaders to invest in early childhood through workplace culture, parental support, flexible policies, community engagement, and improved understanding of child development. This wasn't about publicity, it was a working summit, built to shift national attitudes toward the first 5 years of life. Princess Catherine arrived in a soft gray suit, paired with a crisp white blouse, a look that was understated, steady, and professional. Her demeanor matched the tone of the event, focused, intentional, and ready to engage. More than 80 business leaders attended, representing major industries, finance, tech, manufacturing, retail, and governance, all gathering to hear insights on human development and the long-term economic advantages of supporting children and parents. The event was hosted by Michel Hussein, a figure known for clarity and rigor, setting the tone for a day built on research and realism. One of the most notable elements of the summit was the presence of Sir Gareth Southgate, former England manager, widely respected not only for his leadership in sport, but also for his calm philosophy and emphasis on emotional intelligence. His warm greeting with Princess Catherine generated genuine interest. Their collaboration highlights a shared understanding. Children need strong environments, adults need support to create those environments, and leadership, whether in sport, business, or family life, shapes human development. Their onstage discussion explored resilience, belonging, and the environments that allow young people to thrive. It was a powerful pairing, one grounded in lived experience, research, and a commitment to nurturing the next generation. What made this summit particularly significant was that Princess Catherine delivered her first public speech in almost 2 years, a moment many royal watchers have been quietly anticipating. Her message? A deeply human reminder that the environments we create shape the adults we eventually become. Quoting the princess, "A loving home ultimately teaches us how to love and how to care, but every environment has the potential to shape our hearts." She challenged leaders not simply to think about profit, but to understand their role in building emotional ecosystems, homes, workplaces, communities, where people feel supported, valued, and connected. Her core idea was bold. Time and tenderness matter just as much as productivity. It's a message grounded in research, and Catherine delivered it with clarity and conviction. She wasn't speaking as a symbolic figurehead. She was speaking as a woman who has spent more than a decade studying this subject through direct research, briefings, and expert collaboration. This summit wasn't only emotional or philosophical, it was strategic. Experts explored data showing that children's earliest experiences impact long-term productivity. Companies benefit from supporting parents during early childhood. Workplace flexibility reduces burnout. Businesses with supportive cultures retain talent. Longer societies that invest in early childhood see higher national well-being. Catherine's approach bridges compassion with economics. She's arguing that the first 5 years aren't simply a parenting issue. They are a workforce issue, a community issue, and a national investment. This pushes early childhood out of the private sphere and into public policy, corporate responsibility, and long-term national planning. Whenever a royal event unfolds, media narratives inevitably follow. Some outlets frame Catherine's work as symbolic. Others question her experience. Still others misunderstand the depth of her initiative. But today's summit demonstrated something different. This project is structured. This mission is evidence-based, and it's backed by economists, neuroscientists, and business leaders. The Princess of Wales isn't positioning herself as a corporate expert. She's mobilizing experts and uniting fields that seldom communicate with one another. Her role is to convene, elevate, and champion a message with long-term national impact. When judged through that lens, the value of her work becomes clearer. It creates space for conversations that wouldn't happen otherwise. Catherine's appearance today sparked conversation as well, as royal fashion often does. But this time the focus wasn't on glamour, but professionalism. Her tailored suit, soft hairstyling, and understated makeup seemed chosen to blend into a business environment rather than stand out from it. This reflects a broader shift. Catherine's early childhood platform has matured into a long-term, national initiative. Her style today matched the seriousness of the work behind it. Public perception continues to highlight her consistency, warmth, and calm approach, qualities that align with the message of early childhood: stability, emotional grounding, and long-term investment. The Early Childhood Initiative is becoming Catherine's defining legacy. Just as King Charles spent decades championing the environment long before it became mainstream, Princess Catherine is planting the seeds of a national conversation that will shape the next generation. Her work today signals several things. She is returning to the public arena with intention. After a quieter period, this appearance demonstrates renewed strength and purpose. Her long-term projects are escalating. This summit was not an isolated event, it was a strategic milestone. The royal family is investing in social architecture. This isn't ceremonial work, it's societal scaffolding. Catherine's influence will grow as national conversations evolve. Early childhood will become increasingly central to public policy, business strategy, and family life. Beyond research, beyond corporate initiatives, Catherine's message carries something deeply personal. Her speeches have consistently emphasized emotional security, childhood compassion, mental well-being, and supportive environments. This resonates with her broader work in maternal health, youth mental health, and community well-being. She isn't only advocating systems change, she's advocating empathy. Her call for time and tenderness is more than poetry, it's the emotional blueprint that underpins her entire platform. Today's Future Workforce Summit wasn't about headlines or fashion moments. It was about building a foundation for families, for children, for workplaces, and for society as a whole. Princess Catherine stepped onto that stage not as a ceremonial figure, but as a voice for early development, resilience, and long-term investment in people. Her work reminds us that the future is shaped in the quiet spaces of childhood, in safety, in stability, in love. And if business leaders, communities, and governments take this message seriously, the next generation will inherit not just opportunity, but emotional grounding, confidence, and belonging. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into today's landmark event. This has been Windsor Chronicles. Be sure to subscribe for thoughtful royal insight, grounded analysis, and storytelling beyond the surface. Until next time, keep looking beyond the headlines and keep focusing on the humanity behind the crown.